All right, we're about ready for playoff football here. One second, guys. All right, so let's get this back in order. There's that still full screen, and looks like we're about ready to fire off the kick here, folks. And there it goes. We are live from SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. Playoff football, wild card round. Cleveland Browns are here to take on the Chargers. Chargers get the ball first. And Justin Jackson starts at tailback, and they're going to go ahead and throw it to him right away. Little button hook pass over the middle from Herbert. And that's not a good play. That's going to be a little incompletion over the middle. That came up as a yak rating. It would have been a negative play, but of course that's wiped away on a little dump over the top. So 2nd and 10 now for the Chargers. Chargers are the AFC Western Division champions by virtue of beating the Kansas City Chiefs in their season finale. And the Browns, as a matter of fact, played for the division crown in their season finale against the Steelers, but they lost their game. And that is how these two teams have come up on a crash course together. There's a 2-yard run up the middle by Austin Eckler, and that's going to set a longer third down, 3rd and 8. Eckler will stay in the game. Herbert's out of the shotgun this time in a 3 wide receiver set. Mike Williams is in the slot, nickel defense showing blitz from the Browns. It looks like he's going to drop back to pass, but he is sacked. In to make the sack on that play is Miles Garrett. That's your USFFL leader this year. I believe he finished with 18 sacks on the season, if I'm not mistaken. And that sack by Garrett on 3rd down forces the punt. LA right away from their 24. Fair catch by Cleveland back at the 27, and they'll have their first possession here. So 3 and out for the Chargers at home on their opening possession. Baker Mayfield under center now for the Browns. And right off the bat, here's a pitch out to Nick Chubb. Defense was guessing pass, and Chubb gets around the edge, and he is loose. He's into the secondary, and he's across midfield down to the 40-yard line. Pickup of 33 on the play. And on the first play from scrimmage, Nick Chubb has the Browns on the edge of field goal range after just one play. 2 tight end formation again. Chargers setting up in the 4-3. Very different than the defense I see when I play him. But of course, that's because Cleveland is the leading rushing team in the league. And on 1st and 10, here's a little button hook pass over the middle to Nick Chubb. That's a little modest pickup, 5 yards. That's going to be 2nd and 5 at the Chargers' 35-yard line. Cleveland Browns lead the USFFL in run offense this year. And I was surprised to discover that they are dead last in pass offense. Of course, if you got Chubb and Hunt, who can blame you? And on 2nd and 5, they're in a two tight end formation now. And Baker Mayfield's back to pass. He's looking at Austin Hooper over the middle. And he's flushed out of the pocket, and that's going to be a completion. First down catch, 8 yards. Nick Chubb with his second catch. And the Browns are now 1st and 10 at the Chargers' 27-yard line. Mayfield has hit his first two passes. Chargers going to show blitz here out of the 4-3 this time. Looks like the only player out in this game is Jalen Guyton. Good deep ball receiver for the Chargers. Chargers showing blitz again here, 1st and 10. And it's a run up the middle. Nick Chubb going up into a pass defense, and he's got on his card again, and he's through the middle, all the way to the end zone. Touchdown. Nick Chubb, a 27-yard score up the middle. And Nick Chubb has 2 carries, 60 yards, and on his back has put the Browns right into the end zone for the game's first score. Extra point is good, but there was a penalty holding, and Cleveland will back up 10 yards and try a deeper extra point, the equivalent of a 42-yard field goal. After that 10-yard penalty, and Parkey makes it. Cody Parkey hits it. It was 2 through 8, 11 and 12. So the Browns at the 11:24 mark on their opening drive march straight down the field on the strength of Nick Chubb, and they take a 7-0 lead in this wild card game. Chargers now on their second drive. They were 3 and out on their first try. And the Chargers are going to go to a 3 wide receiver formation, 2 running backs, and they're going to run it up the middle to Austin Eckler, and that's sniffed out by the defense. Good call by Coach Veltri, guess and run on that one. And he stops him for a loss of a yard, so 2nd down and 11. I say good call because, Justin Herbert and the Chargers are one of the best passing teams in the league, and you're not going to guess run on them a lot, I would assume. Same 3 wide receiver formation for the Chargers here on 2nd down. And back to pass is a throw to Donald Parham, and that's incomplete. It was a short pass, and there were a couple of receivers double teamed, but that was to one of the receivers that was more open, Donald Parham, but incomplete on the defensive card under the result of receiver. So 3rd down and 11 now. Chargers behind the sticks and looking at potentially a second straight 3 and out to start this game. 3 wide receivers, 1 halfback. They're in the shotgun now. And the Browns are going to show blitz out of that nickel. Here's a deep ball. Chargers going to let it loose. And that's going toward Tyron Johnson, and it is complete. That is completed by Justin Bear. Big gainer. All the way down into the red zone. A 58-yard pickup. And on just one quick play, the Chargers break the code, get the first down, And they're on the doorstep. 1st and 10 on the 18 now. The tailback is Kalen Balaj. Browns showing the safety blitz again out of the nickel. They're going to double a couple receivers, but it's a run up the middle to Kalen Balaj. Just a pickup of 2 on that play. There is a holding call against the offense, though, so back the Chargers up. 1st and 20 now at the 28-yard line. Taking a look at the kicker. That's kind of what I thought. Very progressive in his ranges. Each one's a little better, so those transition points are important here. At the 28-yard line right now, 1st and 20, 3 wide receivers. Browns out of the nickel. And here's a run up the middle to Justin Jackson. It's a pickup of 5 yards. 6 on the white dice. Beat the nose tackle on that one. And that makes it 2nd down and 15. Chargers keeping 3 wide receivers on the field for this drive. And the Browns have responded with the nickel. There's another run up the middle to Justin Jackson, and this time he's got some room, and he's got enough for a 1st down, but another penalty, and it is holding against the Chargers. Wipe off that 15-yard chain-moving run by Justin Jackson, and it's 2nd and 25. So Chargers get the big pass to Tyron Johnson that got him into the red zone, but penalties making it difficult to capitalize on this drive the way they want to. 2nd and 25 now at the Cleveland 33. Same formation from both offense and defense. And he's going to keep going up the middle with a run. It's a 3-yard run and a penalty this time on Cleveland. And just the kind of bailout penalty you're looking for if you're the Chargers. Personal foul on the defense. Go ahead and mark it off and give them the 1st down. So all that penalty madness that put the Chargers in a deep hole, the Browns have just bailed them out, and it's 1st and 10. Chargers at the 15-yard line. We'll see what the Browns do here with their free safety. They are going to show blitz here. 3 wide receiver formation for the Chargers. And he's dropped back looking for a screen, but there's 2 men in the zone, and that's incomplete. Justin Jackson was the target out of the backfield. And that's 2nd down and 10. Cleveland blitzing out of the nickel formation here again on 2nd and 10. And here's a pitch out. Austin Eckler going to try to get that corner, and he doesn't quite get it. He does pick up 5 yards. So cut that down in distance in half. It's third down and 5 at the 10-yard line. Big injury, though. Miles Garrett has come off the field. Garrett already stopped the Chargers' first drive with a sack and leads the USFFL in sacks this year. So that's a big injury. And it looks like it says he's injured for the first half. So that's the good news if you're Cleveland, but they could sure use him here, unfortunately. Third down and 5 for the Chargers at the 10-yard line of Cleveland. Chargers have another good blitzer on the I'm sorry, the Browns have another good blitzer on the other end. That's Olivier Vernon. The Chargers are going to drop down on this third down into a more run set, blocking back formation. Austin Eckler in the eye. Justin Ebert is on the center. He's going to try to run for this on third down. A pitch out again to Austin Eckler, and he's got stopped. Oh, so the card was reading that it was going to be enough for a first down, but there's a successful containment in play here, and it stops the Chargers short. Fourth down and 1 at the Cleveland 6-yard line. So, not surprisingly, Coach Anthony Tangora is going to go for this, and he'll roll out with a full house formation. And especially with Garrett out, the Browns defense is a little short on some stout run defenders, especially along the left side of that defense. I expect that that might be the direction that we see the Chargers run here. He's faking the run. Defense guesses run, but it's a short pass to the end zone. Touchdown, Mike Williams. So fourth and 1 on the 6. Coach Tangora goes for it and throws the pass and gets that touchdown. Extra point here by Badgley is good. And 7:12 to go here in the first quarter. From Los Angeles, the Chargers have tied it up 7-7. Boy, two big plays on that last drive there. First, the 58-yard pass to get him into the red zone on that long bomb. And then, boy, when the Chargers then were backed up after a couple of holding penalties, they had like a second and 25, and Cleveland bails them out with a personal foul. They march in from there. So ties the game up. Cleveland takes over now at their own 25 and off tackle. Nick Chubb has it. Pickup of just 2 as it went to the defensive card. Chubb obviously off to a fast start in this one. Browns working from the 2 tight end formation yet again. And they're going to pass. Back to pass. Baker Mayfield. He's got his man, Rashad Higgins. That's a pickup of 13 yards and a first down. Baker Mayfield, 3 for 3 on the day. And Cleveland is out to their 40-yard line, first and 10. Defense guessing a run, but Mayfield's back to pass again. He's looking at Austin Hooper, and he's got him 15 yards on that one. That went to the defensive card. A 6-7 is the roll. That 6 white dice. Good enough to beat the defenders. And Mayfield has the Chargers across, or has the Browns, I'm sorry, across midfield now. into opposing territory at the Charger 45-yard line. And here's another pass, screen, this time to Nick Chubb again. And that's going to be a nice pickup, first down yardage. 10 yards to Nick Chubb, move the sticks. So that's 3 consecutive plays where the defense is looking for a run. And Coach Tom Veltry's mixing them up and throwing the ball with Baker Mayfield. Mayfield now 5 for 5, and he's got the Browns at the 35-yard line of Los Angeles. He's passing again. This time the defense is ready. They're guessing pass. Screen out to the left, and that's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Nick Chubb again on that one. There is a penalty, and that's going to be a holding called against the offense. So scratch that incompletion away. Mayfield remains perfect at 5 for 5, but the bad news for the Browns, mark off 10 yards. It's 1st and 20. Boy, Tom Veltry came out first 2 carries of the game. Nick Chubb puts up 60 yards. And then here on the second drive, he's coming out guessing or calling pass, pass, pass against a defense that was worried about the run. So he certainly used that to capitalize early on this drive. Penalty here has him backed up a little bit, though. 1st and 20 at the Chargers' 45-yard line. And this time they are running. Inside run, Nick Chubb right up the middle. And that's just a pickup of 1 yard. It did go to the defensive card. And with one linebacker in the zone and only needing a 4 on the white die, he was able to make the tackle and stuff Nick Chubb. So 2nd and 19 now. To tight end formation. Nick Chubb still in the game. We haven't seen Kareem Hunt as of yet. 2nd and 19. It's got to be tempting to run Chubb, and he will. It's a pass defense, and it's a pitch out. Nick Chubb, and that's going to be a pickup of 6 yards. Again to the defensive card. 6 on the white dice beats the defensive end. And that sets up a 3rd down and 13. Interesting situation. They're at the 38-yard line, so technically a yard out of range here. Kareem Hunt does come in the ball game on 3rd and 13. He'll be the single setback. 3 wide receivers are split out. Beckham is in the slot. Rashad Higgins and Jarvis Landry are split out wide. And interesting, against the 3 wide receiver formation, the Chargers are going to stay in the 4-3. And it's going to be a short pass. Baker Mayfield looking for Rashard Higgins. And flushed out of the pocket. He's looking to see if he can find somebody else, and he does. He's got his man, and he's loose into the secondary down to the 8-yard line. That's a pickup of 30 yards. Odell Beckham on a little dump pass over the middle. Goes to the defensive card, and on double sixes gets that plus 30. And that'll bail you out of poor down and distance. And the Browns are now 1st and goal at the 8. Two tight end formation again for the Browns. Chargers going to show blitz out of the 4-3. It's a run up the middle to Chubb, and he is keyed. Nice call there by Coach Tangura. Even though it was keyed, it is a +1 on the keyed column, which surprises me. I guess I wasn't used to seeing a plus reading in the keyed column. Chubb just picks up the 1 yard and makes it 2nd and goal at the 7. Browns got a touchdown on their opening drive. They're trying to finish this second drive off now. Chubb still the single setback in a two tight end formation here. And it's an off tackle run to Nick Chubb. And there's nobody in that zone, too, but a good roll for the defense stuffs him with just a 1 yard gain. Nick Chubb had an off tackle wrong. He went to the off tackle side where there was no linebacker there, but he got a blocking back result on the defensive card and didn't have a blocking back in there. So just a 1 yard pickup again. So back to back 1 yard carries. And it's 3rd and goal at the 6. So big play in this game, tied 7-7 here, late first quarter. 3rd and goal from the 6. The Browns now out of that two tight end formation. They're going to bring in 3 wide receivers: Landry, Beckham, and Higgins. Nick Chubb will be the single set back behind Mayfield. And on 3rd and goal, the Chargers are going to go to the 4-2-5 formation, and they will show blitz from that safety position. Nasir Adderley has been the most dangerous safety all year on blitzes. And here we go, back to pass. Baker Mayfield. He's throwing to Odell Beckham. Result of receiver and incomplete. Beckham had a chance to bring that in, and he had 6 opportunities on short pass right, but he did not get it on a 4. 4th and goal from the 6, and Cleveland's going to have to settle for a field goal, and that's through. Got a 10, needed 2 through 11, and the Browns take a 10-7 lead here. Ensuing kickoff is right to the goal line and brought out from there. Joe Reed gets it out to the 22. And that's where the Chargers will take over. Chargers going to stay in the pass formation. 3 wide receivers out. The Chargers going to run inside up the middle to Kalen Balaj, and he's got 6 yards on that one, and that'll set up 2nd and 4. Justin Jackson is the tailback now. Still 3 wide receivers. This is probably the final play here, barring an incomplete pass of the first quarter. And he's looking deep, and that's going to be incomplete. Nice double team on that play. It was a deep ball to Tyron Johnson, who caught the long pass earlier in this game for the Chargers. But that time it was sniffed out, not only a called pass, but a double team on Tyron Johnson. And that changed it to an automatic incompletion. Otherwise, Tyron Johnson on receiver would have had some opportunities. But incomplete there, and it's 3rd and 4. Chargers from their own 28 now, second quarter. We begin the second quarter here in Los Angeles with the Chargers trailing at home 10-7. Here's a short pass to Keenan Allen, and that's complete. That went to the defensive card, and with 3 men there, you're going to get a lot of pay dirt there on the Browns defense. So that's out to the 39 and 1st and 10 for the Chargers. Just the third completion for Justin Herbert. I keep wanting to call him Bear for some reason. Bobby Bear, the former quarterback of the Saints from back in the 80s. Keeps getting me tongue tied tonight. There's a pickup of 6 yards on that run, Kalen Balaj, and it's going to be 2nd down and 4. Chargers are at their 45-yard line. And here's an inside run to Justin Jackson. Defense is calling run. So I'm going to take a look at this here. That's going to be just a pickup of 1 yard, as the 4 on the white die could not beat the tackle. So that sets up a 3rd down and 3 for the Chargers at their own 46. So big play here near midfield. I think we're in the area we can expect. This is a 2-down territory, probably through Coach Tangora's mind. Wanted to take a look here because I am curious. The Chargers have run the ball 9 times. They have passed the ball 7. So the Chargers are running more than they're passing. The Browns run more than any team in football, but in this game, 7 runs, 7 passes. So what do you draw from that? I think everybody's looking to a self scout, shall we say, and maybe not do what your opponent's expecting. I just got to that thought by noticing what felt like quite a few runs here early through the first quarter plus here by Coach Tangora with his Charger offense. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure we're going to see Justin Herbert light things up as we go. Big 3rd down opportunity for him here. 3rd and 3 at their own 46. Even in that shorter down and distance, they're going to split 3 wides out, and the Browns are going to sit in the nickel. There's a run up the middle. Justin Jackson, he's got to pick up a 4, and that's just what you need. Enough to move the chains, and that's going to be 1st and 10 right on the midfield stripe. Wild card action here in the AFC. Earlier action today, the Pittsburgh Steelers fell behind early 10-0 to the Texans, but then came back to rout them from there. I believe the final score was 47-34, something in along those lines. And earlier today, the LA Rams defeated the New York Giants. I believe that score was in the neighborhood of 27-6, and they were pretty dominant in that win. We also had the Eagles beating the Cowboys in Coach of the Year today. So they'll advance to the NFC Coach of the Year final with the Atlanta Falcons. 2nd and 4 here after a 6-yard run by Kalen Balaj as the Chargers Continue to run the ball. And once again, the defense is double teaming receivers, but the Chargers, Justin Jackson, taking it right up the middle with a little dive, and unfortunately, just a 1 yard gain. And for the second consecutive series, the Chargers are facing a 3rd down and 3. This time at the Cleveland 43-yard line. As referenced earlier, could be 2 down territory if they don't make it. I wonder if the Chargers might have the commitment to the run to run a 3rd straight time here. We'll see. They will stay in the 3 wide receiver formation. Nickel is where the Browns are going to come out with again. I wouldn't be surprised if he runs it, knowing his offensive tendency to go for it on 4th down and short yardage. And indeed, it's a run right at the middle, Justin Jackson, and that's going to be unfortunately just a 1 yard pickup, so it is decision time. That run went to the defensive card, and it was a defensive left tackle +1 or +6, and another 4 on the white dice. So Browns are getting what they need on some of those inside runs with the ratings and the white die, and they've got the Chargers with a decision here. 4th down and 2 at the Cleveland 42. I say decision. I mean, I think Anthony's going for this. I haven't seen the play call yet. Again, at this decision time, it's 10:48 to go here in the second quarter, with the Chargers trailing at home 10-7. So they're down 3, and they're going for it here. 4th and 2 at the Cleveland 42. I don't think there was any doubt. And he's going to come out in a run heavy formation, blocking back. Austin Eckler is going to be the tailback. Mike Williams, Keenan Allen split out wide. Browns are in the 4-3. Big 4th down here. Browns still without Myles Garrett. Supposed to be back in the second half. And there's the play call. It is a hitch to Mike Williams, and he is double teamed. Excellent call at a clutch time by Coach Tom Veltri as the free safety honed in on Mike Williams. Keenan Allen leads the league in receptions. Austin Eckler has the A rating out of the backfield, but he targets Mike Williams, the deep threat in the flat. Thinks that's going to mix it up. I would have thought that too, but that is sniffed out by Coach Veltri. And on a 4th and 2, a huge stop by the Browns on a big call. Salute on that call. And it's 1st and 10 Cleveland now at their 42-yard line. Cleveland with the ball and a 3-point lead. Nick Chubb is going to be the tailback again in a 2 tight end formation. And they're going to pitch it out to him right away. The defense did call run. That goes to Chubb's card, and it hits his number. Short gain on right, and Chubb's got a 1st down and 3 yards to boot. A 13-yard pickup. And that gets the Browns immediately into Chargers territory. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Chubb stays in at tailback. And he's running him again, right up the middle this time. Again against a run defense, and that's going to be false start. So they'll wipe it away. No play, and back the Browns up 5 yards. 1st and 15 now. Browns are going to stick with the two tight end formation. Chubb is the tailback. Haven't seen a lot of Kareem Hunt yet. And it's an inside run. Nick Chubb again up the middle. And that's going to be a pickup of just 3 yards. The center needed to be a 6. Cleveland center just a 5, and just a small 3-yard pickup there for Chubb. And that's going to make it 2nd down and 12. And now we've got Kareem Hunt in the game, replacing Chubb. Browns operating out of the same two tight end formation. It's been a clean game so far as turnovers. Second and 12, Mayfield is back to pass. He's looking for Rashard Higgins, and it is incomplete. It actually was the interception split roll on a 2 through 5. He did miss that, but that's going to set up 3rd down and 12 at the Chargers 47. And they'll stay in that two tight end run set with Kareem Hunt as the tailback here. The Browns, as much as any team in the league, have the running backs to power the ball up the middle on you on 3rd and long. And that's what they're going to do. It's a draw. Kareem Hunt, off tackle draw. So let's see if he can get what he's looking for. And he does. Kareem Hunt hits the short gain on his card on a 7. Tom Veltri dials up a run on 3rd and 12, and Kareem Hunt comes through with a 15-yard gain. And the Browns march on 1st and 10 now at the 32-yard line of Los Angeles. Here's another run right up the middle to Kareem Hunt. This time the defense is guessing a run and nothing doing. Coach Tangora sniffed out that run call, and 2nd down and 10 now. 8:06 to go here in the first half. Browns still leading 10-7. And they're already on fringe field goal range yet again. Kareem Hunt stays in with a two tight end formation. Those bookends are Austin Hooper and David Njoku. And they're looking for a run, but the defense is passing. Mayfield looking short, and it is incomplete. Went to the defensive card, and that was incomplete. 4 men in the zone on an 11. And without that 4th man, that was going to be a touchdown pass, a long gain. And from the 32-yard line, that would have been a score. So nice for the Chargers that they had the 4th man in the zone on that play, and it sets up 3rd down and 10. Chargers going to send a blitz now out of the nickel formation. 3 wide receivers for the Browns. 3rd and 10 at the 32. There's a short pass, and that's complete. And enough for a 1st down, 11 yards. Baker Mayfield to tight end Austin Hooper gets his second catch, and the Browns are 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. And Mayfield's had some success passing. Indeed, 7 of 10, 92 yards. That's pretty solid. Browns 1st and 10 at the 21 now. Here's an off tackle, Kareem Hunt. And that's going to be a pickup of 6 yards. 6 on the white die beats the defensive tackle. And it's 2nd down and 4. And I haven't played Cleveland or broadcasted them enough to know what their personality is. Down here, you get into the red zone like this, but boy, I would be pounding with those backs. They'll stay in the 2 tight end formation. The defense was keying Kareem Hunt, but it's a pass, mixing it up. Baker Mayfield targeting to David Njoku and incomplete. There is a penalty on the play, and that's going to be on the Chargers. It's an illegal contact penalty, and with it comes an automatic 1st down. So 1st and goal for the Browns now at the 10. So from the 10-yard line, flat pass still in play here. Kareem Hunt staying in, and it seems to finish this drive still in that 2 tight end formation. Chargers blitzing out of the 4-3. And he's going to run it. Defense is guessing pass. Here comes Kareem Hunt. And that's a nice pickup, 7 yards. Even with a man in the zone, 1 linebacker in the zone, but he still got a 7-yard pickup on the defensive card. And that's 2nd and goal at the 3. And the Browns probably looking to at least posture that they're going to power it in from here. They're coming out in a full house formation. Chargers showing blitz out of the 4-3. Still 5:42 to go here before halftime. Inside run, Nick Chubb. He is keyed. Goes to the defensive card, and it's a touchdown. Nick Chubb powers through that key, and he puts Cleveland into the end zone. His 2nd rushing touchdown of this game. And Cody Parkey is on to kick this extra point. 2 through 10. It is good. And the Cleveland Browns on the road extend to a 2-score lead now, 17-7 against the Chargers. Ensuing kickoff is 1 yard deep and brought out. And that's going to be brought out to the 20. So 1st and 10 there for the Chargers at their 20. Just over 5 minutes to go here before halftime. 5:06. 17-7. The Browns are on top. Browns have had the ball 3 times. They've scored on all 3 possessions. Three wide receivers again out here for Herbert. I expect that. I was going to say I expect him to start cutting loose some throwing, but right another run right up the middle, and Kalen Balaj picks up 5. So methinks we are seeing the shaping of some kind of strategy here by Coach Tangora as he continues to mix in a lot more runs than I would have expected. 2nd and 5. They're at their own 25. The Chargers and Browns have both run the ball 14 times. Make that 15. Kalen Balaj up the middle, and he goes for 6 yards and a 1st down. So Browns are up by 10, 17-7. And the Chargers have passed the ball 8 times, but run the ball 15. He's run it almost 2-1 with under 4 minutes to go. Just interesting to note. I could theorize some of what he might be thinking, but I'd be guessing. He's not running here. Deep ball, Donald Parham, and it is incomplete. The Cleveland defense was double teaming receivers, but give Coach Tangora credit as he picked an abstract receiver that did not get double teamed, but he got the split roll for an interception on the defensive card. It fell incomplete, and it's 2nd and 10. Justin Herbert is now just 3 of 9 for 75 yards. And he's looking deep again. This time he's double teamed, and it's going to go to the defensive card. And interception split was the roll, but it's actually going to be a penalty offside. So forget the pass. It never happened. Back the offense up 5 yards, and the Chargers have 2nd and 15 at their 26. The other thing that kind of surprises me about the strategic move to run so much here, again, the Chargers a second ago were 15 runs to 8 passes, is that Miles Garrett is out of the game for the first half here. This seems to be the window where it'd be, as he runs the ball again, this seems to be a window where he'd, be enticed to throw more without having to face down and stare down the Miles Garrett blitz. But he ran it again, and it was just a short pickup of 3 yards by Austin Eckler. It was center +7 or +3. And for all the running the Chargers are doing, their offensive line is built to pass block. There are 4 zeros and a 4 as far as run block ratings. So 3rd down and 12 here for the Chargers. They are at their own 29. Through wide receivers, defense setting up in the nickel for the Browns. There's 3 minutes to go here before halftime. So if the Browns could get a stop here on 3rd down, on 3rd and 12, they got time to maybe make another scoring push. Here's a short pass to Donald Parham, and that is complete, but not enough. 12-yard completion, or I should say, I'm sorry, 11-yard completion on 3rd and 12. And so it's now 4th and 1 for the Chargers from their own 40 with 2:24 to go, and they are punting. I think that is probably, I mean, it's a conservative safe call, but I know I like it. There's a nice 19-yard punt return, though, and that gets Cleveland out to their own 35. So Cleveland with the ball now. They're already up 17-7. 1st and 10 at their 35. 2:06 to play here in the first half from SoFi Stadium. Nick Chubb comes back in as the tailback here. Two tight end formation. All 3 timeouts for both teams. Here's an inside run. Nick Chubb right at the middle. Defense was guessing pass. Chubb on his card. It's a pickup of 6 yards. And it's 2nd down and 4. Cleveland from their 41. We've reached the 2-minute warning. Chargers trailing at home in this wild card playoff game, 17-7. Cleveland 2nd and 4 at their 41. Nick Chubb again, the tailback behind a couple of tight ends. And here's an inside run. Chubb up the middle again. And that goes to the defensive card, a pickup of another 6. And that's going to be a 1st down. Teams are going to let the clock roll. Runs all the way down to 90 seconds left. 1st and 10, Cleveland at the 47-yard line on their own side of the field. Chubb now over 100 yards rushing. 12 carries for 102. We'll see if the Browns want to get aggressive here and try to get to that end zone. I understand running the clock there kind of if you for both teams. It's just in that zone where it makes sense for both to let that happen. Here's an off tackle run and Kareem Hunt is stuffed. Hunt came in to sub in for Chubb and he went nowhere on that play. 0 is the result on a 6 with one man in the zone. So second down and 10. Clock runs some more. We're down to 60 seconds, just 1 minute left here in the first half. Teams letting it run. They both have 3 timeouts. Cleveland second and 10 at their own 47. Kind of surprised to see Cleveland not run the hurry up here or something. And they still might, but a little surprising. Defense is going to guess run here, but it's a pass. Tom Veltri mixes it up at the right time here, and that's going to Austin Hooper and incomplete. There is a penalty, and it's a hold against Cleveland, so the Chargers have the option to back him up, and they will. So that makes it second and 20 now. Cleveland all the way back to their 37-yard line. Now 52 seconds left in the first half. Sometimes if you wait too long to call those timeouts, you find yourself in a situation where you end up not even getting to use them all. I think he still has time for that, but still, it's a lot of time that's come off the clock. You're all the way back to your 37 now. Then again, if he doesn't get the first down, he'll be glad that all that time came off probably. Here's an off tackle run to Kareem Hunt. Defense guessing pass. So it's an opportunity for Hunt, and he hits that number on his card again. Short gain. Kareem Hunt with a big pickup. That's 18 yards up near the first down. Third down and 2. And I would assume we're going to get a timeout here. And we do not. I'm a little confused. That is a hurry up offense, I think, because we're at 30 seconds. Third down and 2. Cleveland at the Chargers 45-yard line. I'm just confused with 30 seconds left how Cleveland has all 3 timeouts left. If they get this first down, boy, they're going to wish they'd called one, I think, at some point. We'll see. Who knows what he has in store? 2 tight ends. It's Kareem Hunt here as the tailback on this 3rd and 2. And it's an inside run to Kareem Hunt. And that goes to Hunt's card. It's a pickup of 5 yards and penalty on the play, and a big one, folks. That is a personal foul on the Chargers. It stops the clock. 22 seconds left. The 15 yards marches it all the way down to the 25-yard line. So 1st and 10 Browns now at the 25. Huge penalty there. Nick Chubb is the tailback again. Chargers showing blitz out of the 4-3. The defense is going to key Nick Chubb, but it is a pass, and he's looking deep. There's a long pass on wrong, and Baker on his card has his man, Jarvis Landry, touchdown. 25-yard deep ball strike. Baker Mayfield to Jarvis Landry. As the Browns go on top just before halftime with another touchdown. The extra point is good by Cody Parkey. And with 8 seconds left here in the first half, the Cleveland Browns extend to a 24-7 lead on the Chargers. Wow. Big play, and it was another opportunity on wrong, and I don't have anything in front of me to chart it, but it just seems like that the on offense that the Browns have done a really good job of having a higher propensity to pass when the Chargers are guessing run and run when they're guessing pass. Throwing some timely penalties there as well. Wow. Yeah, Cleveland has outgained him 270 to 140. And we've got a short gain here on a sideline pass from Abear, Justin Herbert to Tyron Johnson. That's 1st and 10 at the 38. And the Chargers will use one of their timeouts. And for all my grumbling about Cleveland being way too conservative on timeouts and time, and they do have all 3 timeouts, but they got the end zone just fine now, didn't they? Shows how much I know. 1 second left here in the first half. And there's a little square in pass, and he's looking to get a break. It's just a 7-yard completion, though, and that's going to be the end of the first half. That completion gets Justin Hebert to 50% completions on the half, 6 of 12 for 106 yards only. But it's been the run game, and I'll be curious to hear as the Chargers ran the ball far more than they passed it here in the first half, even with Myles Garrett out. And they find themselves behind after that first half, 24-7. Looks like they're going to take a couple minutes here. Take a look at the score here. And actually, a couple things. First, let's make sure there's nobody getting ready to jump on. I don't see that. I do want to check here because I thought that Cleveland scored on every possession. And it appears that they did. Cleveland had 4 possessions in the first half. Touchdown, field goal, touchdown, touchdown. So they were sensational offensively. The Chargers did have a really nice 11-play, 80-yard touchdown drive. But boy, outside of that, 3-and-out punt, 6-and-out punt. And boy, they had that 10-play drive that only got them 36 yards, and they turned it over on downs. So it's just been a lot more offensive efficiency by the Browns. And like I said, to my eye test, it felt like offensively, especially, the Browns were making the right calls to take advantage of whatever Anthony was doing. Baker Mayfield, 8 of 11, 117 yards. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt at halftime already 153 yards rushing. And make no mistake, Coach Tangore and the Chargers called run plenty in that first half. Myles Garrett was injured in that first half, but should be back for the second half. We'll look a little bit at the seating here. Actually, we got somebody. Oh, we got somebody in for a little halftime buzz.
Hey there.
How are you doing?
Good, good.
First half hasn't gone like you hoped.
No, not at all, not at all. Making the stops, I'm not making the stops. It's one defense is making the stops, one defense isn't. What it comes down to. Had a 3rd and 12, had 50% pass rushers everywhere, and gets a dump off on a 48% chance for a sack. Avoids it, gets a dump off for 30 yards. That's 7 points. Then just very good offensive calls on Tom's part so far. I thought just sort of call and run plenty, but just sort of outguessing, and Tom's doing a really nice
job. It's interesting. It's interesting that you say that, because that's what I said, is that I felt like that just on offense, the Browns have been, for the most part, been successful at running when you're guessing pass and passing when you're guessing run. He's really just outguessed you on that a little bit.
Yeah, and Chubb only has 7 carries left, I think, so look out for that. And then on his line buck, I mean, it's an average of 6 yards a carry when he plays nickel on his card. And I haven't hit the 8 once for 50. I mean, that is one box car. If one box gets you plus 10 line buck versus nickel, haven't hit it yet. Averaging maybe not quite 6, but good yards there. You can just sort of go right down the field on that. On that one stop on the 4th down, I had 2nd and 3, and I think Sheldon Richardson made a play on his 4 white die, and then made it again. I think twice in a row on 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I think so.
I mean, and then he made a great call on 4th, but should never got there. It's just the way that
he's had a couple of stops up the middle on the run game for you.
Well, it's the typical way that a 24/7 game happens. So that's
sure.
That's okay.
An avalanche of several things.
Yeah, I've been on the other side of that plenty of time with my D. So let's see, 17 points. He gets the ball. Chubb running low on carries, so we'll let him take it down. and get him fatigued, perhaps, if he takes it down, or the threat of fatigue, which is just a nice signal in terms of defensive calling.
Yeah.
Once you get down to under 5,
And I'm
I don't
trying to
know that.
remember, do you get the ball?
No, no, they're
Nope,
about
you're
to
right.
call.
You don't.
Yep. So in a
Oh, he's
hole.
back. He's back, by the way, he says.
Okay. So in a big hole, got to dig out of it. We'll see if we can do it.
I kept my comments to myself. I think that's appropriate. We can talk more freely when the game's over, if you know what I mean.
Sounds good.
All right, buddy.
Thank
Good luck.
you. See you.
Yep. All right. So that's kind of new here. A little halftime interview, a little halftime debrief with the coach. That's new for us. I kind of like that. That was fun. Let's go ahead and get back to our game, shall we? And we are back in action here. Cleveland gets the first possession of the second half. You already heard Anthony make reference to it. He's got a hole to dig out of, and it makes me feel good to know that his analysis kind of matched my own, which is that if I had to pick a storyline, there were some big breaks for sure, but anytime you're falling behind by 17, it's usually an avalanche of several things. So it wasn't just the breaks. It was really a lot of the story was uh, Tom just running when Anthony was thinking he would pass and passing when Anthony thought he would run. It was a real good first half mix of plays and calling offensively for the Browns. So that has them up 24-7 here as we start the second half. And they're going to start by a run off tackle to Nick Chubb and a pickup of 6 as they again get a 6 on the white dice to beat the interior defensive front of the Chargers. Anthony made reference to, Chubb is going to have limited carries. Looks like he has 7 rushes till his next fatigue level. I sort of feel like that wouldn't worry me as much when you also have Kareem Hunt back there. He may not have the 60 and 70s as much as you're going to get from Nick Chubb, but Kareem Hunt can rip you apart. I'd love to have him in my lineup. Chubb still in the game here, though. 2nd and 4. Brown's going to continue to operate, looks like, in that 2 tight end formation. They've been there most of the game. And once again, defense guesses pass, but it's Chubb up the middle and just a pickup of 1 yard. Once again, Chubb is bested by a result of blocking back when he does not have a blocking back in a 2 tight end formation. So that's going to set up a 3rd and 3. At the 27, Chubb stays in the game in the 2 tight end formation. And the Chargers are going to show blitz here out of the 4-3. And here's a pitch out. Nick Chubb trying to get this 3rd down. The defense guessed run and nothing doing. Give Coach Tangora credit on that one. Sniffs it out, calls the run, and that's the difference. Although it looks like it only would have been 1 yard even on wrong. So not a good roll there for Nick Chubb. And it's going to force a punt. And KJ Hill punts it. Or sorry. KJ Hill gets the return, and it's a nice one. 12-yard return there. And the Chargers have good field position here on their opening drive of the second half, starting 1st and 10 at their 40. They'll come out once again in 3 wide receiver formation. And it's going to be a little screen pass to Austin Eckler, and he's going to use that yak rating, but not his best moment, as he's going to lose 1 yard on that pass. So 2nd down and 11. Eckler noticeably silent today. 1 catch for -1 yard. Yes, that's his first catch. And Keenan Allen, who leads the NFL with, 134 or 144 catches, he has just 1 catch. So I'm really surprised a little bit about kind of the offensive approach. Kind of can't wait to debrief with Anthony about that. Didn't want to do that during halftime because, I just don't think it's good form to be having that kind of a discussion when he still has a half to play. Who knows if what I say might change what he's thinking, or who cares about that? I wouldn't want the opposing coach to think it did. So you just zip it up, and I let Anthony do the talking. But I'll ask some of those questions after the game because I'm curious. 3rd down and 6 here. Chargers at their 44, so a big 3rd down opportunity. Chargers are 3 of 7 on 3rd down so far today. And here's a pitch out. Austin Eckler going to try to pick up his 6 yards, and he's got 3 only. Only got half of it. That was an offensive onside end, and even though it went to the tight end side, 6 on the white dice, not good enough. And the Chargers have a 4th and 3 at their 47-yard line. So decision time here. They're down 17, 3rd quarter, 11:24 to go. I think I would punt it, but it's not obvious. I think either way can be justified, and not surprisingly, Coach Tangora favors the bold as always, and he's going to go for this. 3 wide receivers come back out. Austin Eckler is going to be your tailback. Browns are going to set up here in the nickel. Big 4th and 3 coming up here. I mentioned that the Chargers are generally aggressive. They're already 1 for 2 on 4th downs in this game. Huge play in this game. He's going to try to run for the 3 yards again. It's Austin Eckler around the edge, and guess what? He gets 3. So that's hilarious to me. Let me break it down for you. He had a 3rd and 6, and the result was offensive onside end. He went to the tight end side, and that's why he only got 3 instead of 9. So cut it in half and made it 4th and 3. He went for it, calls the exact same play to the exact same side, and gets the exact same roll. Didn't beat the end again, but he gets 3 yards again, and converts. Huge 4th down conversion there. That's funny to me. 1st and 10 at the 50 now, and he's looking deep, but it is going to be forced to run. He doesn't throw it, and Justin Herbert scrambles. Justin Herbert scrambles for 12 on that one, and it's a 1st down for the Chargers now at the Cleveland 38-yard line. Three wide receivers in the game. Kalen Balaj now comes back in as the tailback. Browns operating out of the nickel. 3rd quarter, 24-7. The Browns are ahead here on the road. Chargers running again. Kalen Balaj right at the middle, and just a pickup of 2. That makes it 2nd and 8. Wow. I'm looking at the Cleveland Browns run defense, and I'm not even seeing a lot of short gains or anything there. So that's kind of curious to me as well. Here's a short pass to Donald Parham, and that's complete. Justin Herbert hits him 12 yards and a 1st down. And that'll get the Chargers down to the 24-yard line. This game's far from over. Justin Herbert can get this offense rolling at any time. Chargers 2nd overall, 429 yards a game of offense. I'm not saying they're laughing at a 17-point deficit, but we certainly know that they can put up points in a hurry. And here's a short pass. Donald Parham is the target again. And that one is complete. 15-yard completion to Donald Parham, his 3rd catch of the game. And that gets you inside the red zone. In fact, inside the 10. 1st and goal at the 9 now for the Chargers. Justin Herbert is heating up now, 9 of 15 for a $132. And on 1st and goal from the 9, the Chargers are going to go to the full house. Show a run offense. Browns are going to show blitz out of the 4-3 here. And it's a pitch out to Justin Jackson. They're going to try to run it in, and 3 yards is the gain there. Defense guessed run, too. It did go to the defensive card, though, so I'll pick up a 3. Man, it is a tipsy-topsy world when the league's top passing unit, or one of the top passing units in the USFFL, is running the ball so much that first and goal at the 9, not only do they run it, but they've run it so much that the Cleveland Browns actually guessed run on that play. Right back to the full house on second and goal from the 6. Browns are going to show blitz again. And they're passing, but it is going to be a sack. Justin Herbert could not get that off. B.J. Goodson comes through. And that's a loss of 9 yards. And for the Chargers now, a third and goal way back at the 15-yard line. So if they can't get the touchdown here, you're looking at maybe a field goal try to make it 24-10. The Chargers hoping to get that 15. Of note, as we all know, is that 7 on the defensive card that gives you 15 yards exactly. So he might be targeting that, I would think. 3 wide receivers are split out. Austin Eckler is going to be your tailback. Justin Herbert is from the shotgun formation. Browns out of the nickel. And short pass indeed. Keenan Allen is the one he's throwing to, but he doesn't throw. It's a must run and a good one, 12 yards. There's a penalty, though. And it's a personal foul on Cleveland. What a break for the Chargers. First and goal on the 1. So another one of those huge breaks in this game. It would have been 4th and goal on the 3. But here it is, 1st and goal at the 1 after that penalty, and the Chargers are going to go to the full house formation. And Justin Jackson's going to try to run it in up the middle, and even though he's on key, that's in there. The Chargers are through. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Anthony paying respect to the good call on defense to key the correct running back. Didn't matter here. Touchdown Chargers, and with 6:54 to go here in the 3rd quarter, the Cleveland Browns are up on top of Los Angeles here in SoFi Stadium, 24-14. And Cleveland now takes over from their own 25. Boy, the Chargers have still run it 24 times. They've run it more than the Browns. It's fascinating to me. So I can cough for a little bit here. A little off tackle run by Nick Chubb is wiped away on a holding call. Back up the Browns 10 yards. It's 1st and 20 at their 15. So if you're Coach Tangora and you're trying to come back from that 17-point deficit, getting that touchdown was a good start. And Cleveland starting their next drive on a holding penalty, even better. Oh, but he caught him guessing run. Defense guesses run. Short pass to Rashad Higgins. That's complete. 11 yards. Coach Tom Veltri mixes up the call again on the defense. And that's going to wipe away the hold, basically. It's 2nd down and 9 at their own 26. Baker Mayfield, a very efficient and industrious 9 of 12 for 128. Oh, what? And out all these times? It's the same. I don't know what that's about. So, all right. It says to add me, but I don't see anybody there. And here's a square in pass, little dump over the middle to Jarvis Landry. Baker Mayfield goes to the defensive card, result is receiver, and it's a pickup of 4 yards. So pretty manageable 3rd and 5 here for Cleveland at their own 30-yard line. Not bad after being 1st and 20 a moment ago. Still third quarter, 10-point lead for Cleveland. As we approach the fourth quarter, clock still tilted slightly on their side right now. Kareem Hunt is the tailback here on 3rd and 5 as they go 3 wide receivers split out. Chargers out of the nickel on defense. Mayfield back to pass. He's looking short. Rashard Higgins is the target and incomplete. Mayfield actually hit his interception split roll on an 11, but he failed to roll that 2 through 5, so it's just incomplete. Mayfield's 4th incompletion of this game, and that's going to force a punt. Cleveland punting from their 30. Oh, that's not a good punt. Just 34 yards on the punt. Chargers are going to field that way up at their 35. They'll fair catch it there. It's actually the 36, so the Chargers are taking over at their 36. 4:48 to go here in the third quarter. Chargers trail by 10. Joshua Kelly is going to come in as the tailback here. 3 wide receivers split out. Browns operating out of the nickel. Here's a screen to Joshua Kelly. And that's going to beat the linebacker with the white die, and that's a pickup of 15 yards. Joshua Kelly. That's going to get across midfield, and the Chargers are now 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 49-yard line. And that 2-1 offensive advantage that we had early in the game tightened up considerably. Cleveland has now outgained them 292 to 218. Here's another screen to Joshua Kelly. This time he's double teamed and it's incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Chargers again come out with 3 wide receivers. It's Austin Eckler now as the tailback. Here's a short pass. Keenan Allen, he is double teamed, but it goes to the defensive card, and that's complete for 12 yards. The double team was not by the safety, it doesn't look like. And they did pick up 12 yards on that defensive card, even with 4 men in the zone. So that's going to put the Chargers down to the Cleveland 37-yard line. 1st and 10. Even a field goal here would make it a one-score game for the Chargers. Kalen Balaj is back in at tailback. And here's another run on 1st and 10. Up the middle, Kalen Balaj, and that's 10 yards. Nice pickup on Snake Eyes. And that's going to be 1st and 10 down to the 27 as the Chargers go over 100 yards rushing as a team on this game. Injury to Donald Parham, by the way. Looks like, boy, that's a pretty big elbow injury. He's out for 2 games, so Donald Parham is done for the year unless Coach Tangura can navigate this team into the USFFL Super Bowl. And on 1st and 10, they'll come out 3 wide receivers, 1 halfback. It's Kalen Balaj again. Browns in the nickel. And even in that 3 wide receiver run, right up the middle, loss of a yard for Kalen Balaj. As Coach Tangura continues his all-out assault with the run game. Second down and 11 at the Cleveland 28. Closing minutes of the third quarter here from Los Angeles. Cleveland Browns still on top, 24-14. Browns had a near perfect first half, 4 possessions, 3 touchdowns, and a field goal. The second half, however, Chargers defense finally cracked the code as they forced back-to-back punts. Meanwhile, the Chargers got a touchdown on their first possession of the second half. This is their second one here. And they're on the precipice of the Cleveland red zone. Here's a short pass. Gabe Nabbers is the target. Browns have a couple guys double teamed, but Coach Tangora is throwing to an abstract receiver, and we've got a yak rating, and Gabe Nabbers picks up 9 yards on that little dump pass. And that's going to set up 3rd down and 2. Gabe Nabbers is the blocking back. Only 5 catches in real life that year. And I apologize. Looks like that went to Austin Eckler. That explains the yak chart that I saw. So Austin Eckler with his 2nd catch of the game, and it's 3rd down and 2. So a big 3rd down here for the Chargers. Blocking back is the formation. Austin Eckler, the tailback. And even in that run set, the Cleveland Browns are going to come out with a nickel defense here. And the defense is going to key Austin Eckler, but it's a square out to Mike Williams. He's got the catch. He's down inside the 5, down to the 3. Brought down there on the play by Carl Joseph. And that's going to make it 1st down and goal for the Chargers at the 3-yard line now. Bolts coming out in the full house formation. Brown showing blitz out of the 4-3. Defense calling run. It's up the middle. Run. Kalen Balaj, 2 yards. He's a little bit short. Didn't quite make the goal line. And it's 2nd and goal at the 1. Sheldon Richardson with his 6th tackle of the game. He's had a couple big ones there, stopping people with the white dice. Second to go on the one. Sneak. Justin Herbert up the middle. Touchdown. He dives over. And the Chargers come marching back here in the second half as they force two Browns punts on their first two possessions. And the Chargers put up touchdowns on their first two possessions. And it is a brand new ball game here in SoFi as the Cleveland Browns are now on top by just 3 points, 24-21. Ensuing kickoff, and the Browns take over at their 23-yard line, 1st and 10. Browns in their familiar two tight end formation. Nick Chubb, deep eye. Chargers going to show blitz out of the 4-3. And Mayfield is back to pass. And he's looking for David Njoku, but he is sacked. He is brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And that's second down and 10. Denzel Perryman on the sack there. That was on the must-run roll chart. And that, folks, is the end of the third quarter here in Los Angeles. Your score as we head to the final quarter of this AFC wildcard game. The Cleveland Browns up 24-21 on the home Chargers. Short pass, Jarvis Landry. He is double teamed by Nwosu. Baker Mayfield, though, is scrambling, and he's looking for a different target, and he has found one. Baker Mayfield with a big gainer out into the flat. It's across midfield, inside the 45, down to the 41 of Los Angeles. Baker Mayfield hitting the tight end, Austin Hooper. Pickup of 36 yards on that play. That was flat past 0 men, and the result of snake eyes resulted in a long gain. And boy, you're almost just fortunate if you're the Chargers that wasn't to one of the wideouts. So 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line of Los Angeles. Chargers guessing run. It is Nick Chubb right up the middle, and that's going to be a pickup of 6 yards. Second down and 4 at the Los Angeles 35-yard line. Back to pass. Mayfield. Defense is guessing pass. Short pass to Rashad Higgins, but it is a must run. And Baker Mayfield right up to the sticks, and he's got it. That's 4 yards, just enough for a first down. Move the chains. Browns are 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Nick Chubb in the deep eye with a two tight end formation again. Chargers showing blitz out of the 4-3. Here's an off tackle run. Nick Chubb. They were actually double teaming Nick Chubb for the pass. So here's an opportunity on wrong for Chubb. And it is on his card, and Chubb is going to go. He is around the edge. He's going to go to the end zone. Nothing's going to stop him. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb hits the long gain on Snake Eyes on his card, and it's a 31-yard touchdown run. Chubb hits pay dirt for the 3rd time today. 17 carries, 146, and 3 tutties as the Browns go on top 31-21. So the Chargers now, they're down by 10. There's still plenty of time. 12:36 to go here in the fourth quarter. This game is, in many ways, nothing like I expected as far as how we got here, but I did expect these two teams to put up quite a few points and be competitive. Really, I expected them both to be in the low 30s. And we're close to that now, 31-21 Browns. Chargers going to come out in the 3 wide receiver formation. Austin Eckler is going to be your tailback. Back to pass, looking for Hunter Henry over the middle. It's incomplete. Justin Herbert missed that on his card on an 8, and it's 2nd down and 10. Same formation. This time, Justin Herbert's going to walk back into the shotgun. Nickel defense shown here by the Browns. And he's back to pass again, looking for Hunter Henry, but he is brought down, sacked on the play by Myles Garrett, his 2nd of the game. Myles Garrett missed most of the first half, but he still has 2 sacks in this one. That's a big one, and it's going to be 3rd down and 13 for the Chargers back at their 24. Timely sack. Hebert out of the shotgun. 3 wide receivers split out. Brown showing blitz out of the nickel. And it's a short pass. Mike Williams is the target, and that's going to be incomplete. It was actually a interception split roll on the defensive card with 4 men, and bring out the punter. The Chargers are going to have to boot it away here from their own 24. So definitely not what you're looking for if you're the Chargers, because you're punting away to the best run offense in the league with 11:24 to go, and you're already down 10. Nice punt, though. 55-yard boomer. All the way back to the 21, taken there by Donovan Peoples-Jones, and he's brought down immediately. So 11 minutes, 6 seconds to go in this one here in the fourth quarter. Browns have the ball. They're already up 31-21. Cleveland already has 201 yards rushing in this game. Kareem Hunt now the tailback in the 2 tight end formation. Chargers are going to show blitz. And it's an inside run to Kareem Hunt. And that's going to be a pickup of 7 yards. The center, Mack, I believe, right? Nope, says J.C. Treader. I apologize. J.C. Treader made the block and sprung Kareem Hunt for 7 yards. So 2nd down and 3, Cleveland at the 28. I think you're asking a lot right now to try to stop the Browns' running game. Tough to work from behind against a Browns team. Anytime you're facing a team that's going to have elite running, a little scarier, I think, to be behind in the fourth quarter. But that's where the Chargers are. Kareem Hunt again is the tailback in the 2 tight end formation. And they're keying him. They're going to key Kareem Hunt, but it's a pass. Coach Veltri mixes it up again. Short pass. That's complete. Austin Hooper for 10 yards and a first down. Baker Mayfield continues to pick his spots judiciously. 12 of 16 now for 178 and a touchdown. Very efficient. 16 throws and 26 runs for the Cleveland Browns. They're out to their own 38 now. And here's an inside run to Kareem Hunt, and they are crashing in on him. It's a key, and he's going to lose a yard. Nice call, Coach Tangora, and it's 2nd down and 11. Chargers desperately needing a stop as they find themselves down 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. Do or die here in this AFC wildcard game between the 4-seeded Chargers and the 5-seeded Browns. Kareem Hunt stays in the game on this 2nd and 11. He's keying him again, but it's a short pass. Baker Mayfield is targeting Rashad Higgins, and it's incomplete. Rashad Higgins got the result of receiver on wrong. But a 5 was incomplete. 5 and 7 were the only incompletions. And nice break for the Chargers as Higgins hit one of those blanks. Excuse me. So it sets up a 3rd down and 11. Third and 11. Cleveland from their 37-yard line. Chargers need this stop. 3 wide receivers are split out. Chargers blitzing out of the nickel. Cleveland's been good on 3rd down so far today, 4 for 7. The Chargers are 5 for 11. And on 3rd and 11, Baker Mayfield is back to pass. Austin Hooper, it's again his target, and no good. It's incomplete. Baker Mayfield right between a pair of completions on his card, and it's 4th and 11. The Browns will punt from their 37-yard line. 9 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. The Chargers are getting the ball back. There's a nice deep punt inside the 15-yard line. And fair caught there by KJ Hill. Chargers take over at their 14. They're 10 points down, 8 minutes, 24 seconds left to go. Knowing he's going to need a second possession, I think we're going to be pretty aggressive here. Browns are in a nickel. I wouldn't be surprised if Anthony thinks of throwing long at some point if he sees that nickel. Might want to get some of these long shots in, and there it is. Deep ball, Tyron Johnson. But it is not going to be a deep ball. He's flushed out of the pocket. Abar looks for another target, and little dump pass, 4 yards. So he hits Mike Williams on the outlet, but he was looking deep on that one. And I was just saying that, sometimes if you're behind multiple scores, it's getting late. And at some point you're going to be staring at a dime. You might want to drop in a long pass or two there while you're still staring at a nickel. I don't know. That's one of my operating philosophies, and I was citing it just as Anthony went wrong. Three wide receivers, and he's going long again. Deep ball to Keenan Allen, and it's going to go on his card. It's a long gain. Nice run there. Good roll, and Air Bears got a 56-yard completion as Keenan Allen takes it all the way down to the 26-yard line of Cleveland. First down. Just his third catch of the game. So give the broadcaster credit. Sometimes he nails it right. And sure enough, right when I cited it, back-to-back long passes by the Chargers, and the second one hits pay dirt. 8:06 to go here in the fourth quarter. Chargers in business now. 1st and 10 from the Cleveland 26-yard line. Here's a run up the middle. Austin Eckler. And nice pickup of 6 yards there as he beats the defensive left tackle. Sheldon Richardson's made quite a few stops on this day, but not on that particular play. 2nd down and 4 now at the 20. Exactly halfway through the fourth quarter here. And on 2nd and 4, 3 wide receivers are split out. Inside run, though, right at the middle to Justin Jackson. And Justin Jackson's got a first down and more inside the 10, down to the 5. 15-yard pickup by Justin Jackson as the Chargers continue to pound the rock. 30 rushes now in this game, 3 more than Cleveland. 1st and goal, Chargers from the 5. Full house formation. He hit the split 2 through 8 is a plus 15 roll on the defensive card on linebuck to convert that one. Cleveland Browns going to position a 4-3 blitz, and it's going to be an off tackle to Kalen Ballage, but 1 yard loss on that play. Linebacker was in the zone, and a roll of 6 ended up as a -1. So 2nd and goal now from the 6. And the Los Angeles Chargers have 3 different running backs with 9 carries apiece, averaging 4.2 per carry. So it's grinded out yards. Still in the full house here, even though it's 2nd and goal at the 6. Defense gets pass, but it's a pitch out. Justin Jackson, and just a 2-yard gain as it went to the defensive card, and there was a linebacker there on a 7, just 2 yards. So 3rd and goal at the 4. Chargers down by 10. 5:42 to go, and right back to the full house formation. I would be throwing these and trying to save some clock. As I say that, I wouldn't, I wouldn't pretend to know near as much as not only Anthony, but most of the coaches that coach in this game, as far as rules and stuff. Anyway, so I'm not. I guess I'm questioning him, but it just seems different, and I'm just curious to see, what he's thinking about that. 3rd and goal at the 4. And they're going to try to run it again, pitch out around the edge. Justin Jackson, and actually there's a penalty, and that's going to back him up 5 yards. So it's 3rd and goal at the 9. The diced result on that one, I think, was going to be -1 because it was he did get the 6 on the white die, but well, actually no, it was a linebacker in zone, so he would have got 4 yards on that anyway. So that would have been a touchdown. But the penalty wipes that away. 3rd and goal at the 9. 3 wide receivers now for the Chargers. Justin Herbert's in the shotgun. Austin Eckler to his right. Ten-point lead for the Browns here. 5:42 to go. Chargers desperately want the touchdown and worry about the field goal on the other side as opposed to the other way around. Let's see what Coach Tangora dials up here. Oh, Coach Tangora has actually told us why his call is taking a second. He says, 1 sec, need to check a rule. I understand that. If you're going to do it, third and goal at the 9, down 10 points with just under 6 minutes to go might be the right time to make sure you know what you're doing. And we're still waiting on the offensive play call here. And back to pass now, finally. Justin Herbert is looking for Austin Eckler and incomplete over the middle. He rolled an 8 on his card. Unfortunate because 10 through, he's got completions or must run on everything above that, but he's going to have to settle for a field goal here. On fourth and goal from the 9, Michael Badgley lines it up, and it's through. Nice chippy on a 2 through 11. He nails it. We have a one-score game again. Cleveland is up 31-24 on the road. And with 5 minutes, 6 seconds left in this game, the Chargers kick it back off to them. And a touchback sets up the Browns at their own 25-yard line. So with 5 minutes, 6 seconds left to go, and a 1-2 punch of running backs that already have put up 207 yards rushing in this game. Going to try to run this clock out or mix it up and pass. Coach Veltry's done a good job of mixing up the plays today. He's at a high percentage of calls on wrong, I'd say, at least on the offensive side of the ball. They're still in their 2 tight end formation. Nick Chubb's going to be your tailback. Chargers are going to blitz out of the 4-3. They desperately need a stop here. Both teams have 3 timeouts. And here's an inside run to Nick Chubb. Defense guessing pass. Chubb on his card and -1. Chubb goes to the black hole that is a 5 roll on a running back's card, and so he loses a yard there. Opportunity wasted if you're Cleveland. Second down and 11 at their 24-yard line. Chubb settles in again as the tailback. 2 tight ends in front of him, Hooper and Njoku. Chargers going to blitz again out of the 4-3. 7-point lead here for the Browns. 4:30 left to go. Any first down is critical, and it's a pitch out to Nick Chubb. Defense was guessing pass, and that's going to go for a 5-yard gain. That went to the defensive end, and a 5 on the white die beats the end. And that's going to set up a 3rd down and 6. So 3:54 left here. This is a big 3rd down because if you're the Chargers, you can either have him punting it to you here at about the 4-minute mark or find yourself maybe running it down to the 2-minute warning. This is a big down here in this game. 3rd and 6. 3 wide receivers, 1 halfback is Kareem Hunt. Odell Beckham in the slot. Jarvis Landry, Rashad Higgins are split out wide. Blitzing out of the nickel, and there's a sack. The Chargers come through, and it's Joey Bosa with his first sack of the game. And it could not have come at a more clutch moment for the Chargers. Huge sack turns that into a 4th and 11, and the Browns have to punt. 3:18 to go in this one. There's a nice 46-yard punt. And that's going to bounce down to the 25 and settle in there. And so here we are, folks. 3 minutes exactly left in the fourth quarter of this AFC wild card tilt from Los Angeles. The Chargers are at home. They're trailing the Browns 31-24. They need a touchdown. They're starting at their 25. They have all 3 timeouts. Justin Herbert's in the shotgun. Austin Eckler to his right. 3 wide receivers split out. Defense is in the nickel. It's been a very interesting game, and we are coming right down to the wire here. And with both teams sitting on 3 timeouts, we could have a few possessions. Wasting no time, looking deep. Mike Williams is the target, and Justin Hebert's got him. Herbert hits another deep ball. Mike Williams, he is inside the 30-yard line down to the 21. 54 yards for Mike Williams. 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 21-yard line. And indeed, the Chargers on offense, Coach Tangora has gotten more aggressive as this game has gone on. Average yards per pass, 11.5 for Los Angeles, 9.9 for Cleveland. 1st and 10, defense is going to get past, but it's a run right up the middle. Austin Eckler, and he's got his number. Eckler's got himself a short gain. 1st down inside the 10-yard line, down to the 9. 1st and goal for the Chargers. And they're going to let that clock run. Both teams watch it tick down to the 2-minute warning. And so we are down to the final 2 minutes here in Los Angeles. We've got a good one. The Browns led 24-7 at half, but the Chargers have come storming back in the second half here. They're down by 7 points. 1st and goal inside the 10-yard line of Cleveland. And the Chargers, once again, going to go to a full house offense. It'll be interesting to see when and if Cleveland wants to use timeouts. 4-3 defense, they're showing blitz. I could smell a run, and we got it. Off tackle to Kalen Balaj, and it's just 1 yard because the Browns and Coach Veltri called a run on that play. And interestingly enough, that's a plus 16 on Kalen Balaj's card if the defense had actually called pass. But he sniffed out the run, give Coach Veltri credit. And it's 2nd and goal at the 8. Cleveland did burn their first timeout. And that stops it at 1:52. 2nd and goal at the 8. The Chargers, again, with the full house. Mystified to see them continue to go inside the 10 with the full house offense when their offensive line is built for pass blocking and not run blocking. Just interesting. Defense is thinking pass, but it is another run off tackle. Austin Eckler on his card, up the middle, into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Take that, you run game deniers, is what Anthony Tangora is saying. As he is an extra point away from tying this game up. Michael Badgley lines it up, and oh my, it has been blocked. Did that just happen? The Browns have blocked the extra point. They blocked it. Just when the Chargers thought they were going to tie this game up, Badgley gets the extra point blocked, and it's going to force an onside kick. And the Browns have recovered it. So let's set it up, folks. Chargers thought they had gone in for the tying score. The kicker, who Anthony's been complaining about this year, blows the PAT. They miss the onside kick. And now, with 1:30 to go in this game, Browns just need 1 first down to seal it. Chargers have all 3 timeouts. So in theory, if they can get a stop here on 3 consecutive run plays, they could force a punt with maybe 1:15 to go from midfield, but they would only need a field goal. One first down should clinch it, though. The Browns coming out in the full house formation. Chargers showing blitz out of the 3-4. There's a run up the middle by Nick Chubb, and it's going to be a pickup of just 1 yard. Timeout by the Chargers, 2nd down and 9. So step one accomplished by the Chargers as they hold the Browns run game to a short one and get the quick timeout. Chubb now 20 carries and $151 in this game and 3 touchdowns. Right back to the full house formation. Chubb now fatigued. He's got 2 more rushes till his next fatigue level. Defense getting run, but it is a cross up. He's passing the ball, showing some balls, and he's got the completion. 1st down, Browns. Gutsy call. I say gutsy because you're passing, and all the time that could be saved there if it falls incomplete. But give Coach Veltri credit as he completes the pass. Mayfield hits Austin Hooper for the 5th time. And it is victory formation now for the Cleveland Browns, as the difference in this one is going to be a missed extra point. The Chargers come storming back, but are betrayed at the midnight hour by their place kicker, Badgley. I said before erroneously he missed the extra point. It was actually blocked, and that's actually one of the things I want to talk to Anthony about. As the rules guru that he is, I'd like to understand what generates that block, because I don't think it's kicker specific, and I kind of want to know what. All right. Yeah. Tom mentioning that he's sorry to see Anthony lose like that. You got to be sorry to see anybody lose like that. No doubt about it. And there's the man himself, Anthony Tangora.
Special teams, right?
Oh,
I've
Anthony.
saying it all year. This team just is not a special team. Well, there you go. But yeah, that's one of those times where you kind of want to count on your guy to hit that.
I just, first of all, let me just remind you, I'm behind live TV on Monday Night Football playoff games, so please no spoilers for me on that at all. I don't even want to know if it's a good game. So I'm seeing you with your eyes. I'm seeing what your eyes are doing. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so many things I want to talk about, but let me start with this. I want to start with the final play of this game. And I know that you're the person to ask, Anthony. I'm not familiar with kind of the rule set, and I kind of want to know what beat you there. That's not a kicker specific outcome when it's blocked. He didn't miss that, right?
Oh,
And so what generates a block? What are the percentages? And does it vary from team to team or kicker to kicker? Can you tell me what kind of happened there?
No, I can't.
Okay.
Let's see. Well, let me just take a look at the dice rating. There's a chance it shows up.
And I apologize. This is a credit to you. I just assumed you know everything when it comes to rules. And I should remember that there's almost no way for anybody to know it all. There's just so many rules out there. Hey, Tom, welcome. How are you? And congratulations on your victory, my man.
Thank you. That was a crappy way to see it end, though.
Yeah, I did mention that on the broadcast. No one likes to see someone lose like that.
Yeah.
I was just asking Anthony about the final play. What'd you find? Did you find anything out about that, Anthony?
It rolled the 12. It rolled the 12. And then the block kick die came out 5.
So you're saying that it is actually a block only occurs when a kicker rolls a miss? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know about the only part, but in this case, he missed. Okay,
so he did roll a miss on that. I was just curious kind of how that happens, and I'll research that later. We can move on. I kind of wanted to know how that kind of ended up. So let me start by doing this and just letting you guys, I tend to talk too much. Let me have you guys just kind of take the stage and talk about your game freestyle before I ask a few questions.
Let the victor speak.
Congratulations, Tom.
Thanks, Tim. Yeah, I mean, I was obviously worried about Herbert and went all out to stop Herbert today, and he still threw for almost 300 yards.
Yeah.
But I went nickel all game. Obviously, you saw it, and just let him run the ball and was just trying to at least get out there and double team two guys and try and take away the pass. And it worked for the first 2 quarters or so, and then Herbert's going to be Herbert.
Yeah. Yeah, Herbert is definitely dangerous. Were you surprised to see how much he ran the ball into your nickel? Because I know I was.
No, I mean it's a good play. I was, especially after Garrett got hurt in the first quarter. Then I wanted to make that first quarter go as quick as possible. So I was really hoping he'd run it. I was even thinking about going dime.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting you say that because that's kind of what I'm equating it to. There's been a lot of games where I'm playing Mahomes and teams will do that to me. They'll say, listen, you can run all day. Anthony does that to me every time I play him. You could run all day. And so he was kind of, you were kind of giving that to him. And I will say, I was surprised. I thought Anthony took that a lot more than I expected. Anthony, I'm kind of curious what you were, because there's no doubt that there was a commitment to the run that didn't happen by accident or by game situation. I'm convinced by what I saw that you had a pre-game map that included a heavy running game. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, well, if a nickel was run, it's just 6 yards of carry on the line buck. The boxes are activated on 8. It doesn't matter what he does. If he puts a linebacker up, if he puts 2 linebackers up, you get 8. You get 15 yards. It's a 4 nose tackle. It's just a very compelling equation. Even if you were to go 3 wide against it, it's just a lot of yards. Now that being said, it also performs the function of establishing a run, and it did it,
Yeah.
and it did it pretty well. Not quite well enough though. I never hit the 8. Every time I ran an end run, I hit an 8 every time. Linebuck didn't hit it once.
I was holding my breath on that one because you kept going
Amazing.
to the D card. I think you went to the D card about 75% of those runs went to the D card, and you didn't hit it.
Yeah, which is where I'd like it to go. Even still, despite not hitting it, it was effective enough.
Yeah.
And it just came down to that 4th down, great double team call by Tom, or that probably would have been a touchdown drive. So I think it was working just fine. It needed to be switched up upon in the second half, and that was going to happen. But I still went back to it. When I needed 5 yards, it's a good place to get it. And usually you need 5 yards.
Let me ask you this: Justin Herbert was amazing this year, so you probably saw some pass defenses like I did. I'm curious: have you ever had a game this year like that? You ended up running it 35 times, more than Cleveland, by the way, and only 26 passes. I'm wondering if have you had that kind of ratio before?
I think so. I think 1 or 2 times this year.
Really?
The entire second half strategy was throwing to Donald Parham short.
Yeah,
that was the entire second half strategy. Was setting everything up, letting the double teams happen all around him. 3 men in the short pass zone. Cleveland's D's weakness. Parham not double teamed. He has a very sneaky good short pass.
He's got a
strike
good
card, including 7, including on 6 and 7, which Hunter Henry doesn't have. And
for a guy that only caught 10 passes, he's got a pretty good card.
Can I just real quick, Anthony? I kind of want to hurt. I kind of want to play devil's advocate on that all the running, just real quick, and I kind of want to get your reaction. I know that I've had some people tell me as I've been complaining that I've been struggling this year. Well, you keep passing and they're giving you the run, and you need to run it more. And so I've been working on that balance, kind of similar to teams like you. But I guess where I'm curious is I'm still looking at that equation that you're touting, and I'm saying, but your offensive line is built with 5s and a 7 to pass block and 4 zeros and a 4 to run block. And then you look at your Cleveland defense, and I know you're staring at boxes, but you don't see any corresponding short gains with that because they're not too bad at the run. On the ends, they've got 5s and 6s. They got another 5. So they got some stout people. I guess I'm just sort of surprised, especially when you got in the red zone that you were running full house. Sort of felt like
always do that.
Herbert.
Very, very effective in there. I mean, look, I scored every time in there. It's just a penalty.
Yeah.
Cost me twice.
So was any part of it to shorten the game at all, or no? Probably not.
No, not to shorten the game.
Okay.
Look, the highest average yards per play I have on my side is a line buck, a long pass, and a short pass, 3 men. Those are the 3 plays.
Yeah.
That I need to run. Those are the 3. Did I hit enough long gains for you on long pass?
Probably.
Okay, I certainly hope so, because I
You
wouldn't.
hit too
I
many for
wouldn't.
me. For
Yeah,
my liking.
exactly.
At least
So-
three. At least three. I think maybe four. You did all right on the deep
Yeah,
ball.
so check, and then the short pass game got disrupted because without Parnham there, it definitely got disrupted. Then you're going to run into some more double teams, and if you're going to have a guy who's double teaming every time, you have to throw long. Your average yards per attempt or per play when you hit the zero man is just so compelling. When you catch them guessed wrong in the double team's short pass, you're not taking advantage of it enough. And with the possible exception of Parham, because he wasn't going to get doubled, pretty much guaranteed, and there was going to be 3 men in the zone. So those were the sort of 3 check boxes. The order of doing them was to go to the linebucker first for a variety of reasons, but overall, I scored 30 points through 300 yards, had a ton of long gains long.
Yeah.
The short pass game didn't develop. It would have if Parham would have stayed. So I don't know. I think out of those 3 plays that were the nexus of the offense,
You didn't lose the game on offense.
given the injuries that would have happened. Now, look, if Jalen Guyton would have been there, it would have been a completely different game, because now all of a sudden Tom can't double team like he's doing, or he knows he's going to get caught with his pants down way too much. But Guyton was injured, and then Parham got injured. With Guyton and Parham injured, you're sort of at that point it's long pass or linebucker.
And Tom makes a good point. Tom makes a good point, and it's something you and I were talking about, before, which is that you didn't really lose the game on offense anyway. It was when you were on defense, Tom. I was commenting that it seemed to me that you don't have any way to track these things, but you were doing a very good job of passing when he's thinking you're running, and running when you think he was passing. A lot of your offensive success. There were some breaks and some dice, but you did a real good job of kind of outguessing him on that side of the ball, I thought.
Yeah, I was trying to mix it up.
Yeah.
I mean,
that
get those guess wrong runs are good, guess wrong passes are good. So if you can get them looking for the wrong thing, you got a decent shot at picking up a chunk of yards with this offense.
No doubt about that. I was looking at the schedule, so it looks like, Tom, that as I'm figuring it out in my head, so if the Chiefs beat the Colts, the Chiefs will get the Patriots. Otherwise, you will get the Patriots. That's what your path and your future looks like. Just to kind of explain that to you, because I figure if I'm in your shoes, I'd like to know that. So you're waiting on my outcome, and I get the Patriots if I win, and you get them if I don't. So that's what you've got next. So
if you win, you're playing the Patriots.
If I win, because I'll be the lowest seed left, because the Texans are already lost. As the 6th seed, I would travel to the 1 seed in round 2 to play the Patriots.
And then I'm playing Pittsburgh?
Then you would play Pittsburgh.
Oh,
that's correct. So if I win, you get Pittsburgh, and if I lose, you get New England. And I don't know about you, but neither is a sandwich I'm excited to bite into.
No, but I know that Pittsburgh has hammered me twice this year, and I haven't played New England. I think I'd rather try something different.
You don't think there's any charm to the 3rd time,
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
But boy, those first 2 times were not good. They weren't even close.
It is a tough team to play. So, hey, listen, I got to give you credit too. Technically, if you count this win, I mean, you would have, if we extended the week or whatever, that would put you into the Coach of the Year eligibility. My point being, that's your 12th win, for a team that won 11 in real life. So you did a real good job with this team, and you've got them in the 2nd round of the playoffs. Tom,
don't use past tense there. He's doing a great job with the team.
Well, no doubt. Well, I was actually going to ask, what is from a past tense? I'm kind of curious. How far have you been? Is this your 3rd or 4th year? How long have you been here?
This is, I think, my 3rd year. I think the first year I made the Coach of the Year. Actually, I think I won the Coach of the Year tournament the first year. Last year, I missed playoffs and Coach of the Year.
Okay.
And this is my first time in the actual playoffs.
All right. So this is your first playoff, action, and you nailed it right out of the chute. So congratulations, and we'll see you in the 2nd round.
All right. Thank you.
And Anthony, obviously good season on your part. You're obviously as well, well above the expected on your team. And like Tom said, and I'll just reiterate it, I don't care who you are. It's tough to see anybody lose the way you went down tonight.
Yeah, it would have been fun. It would have been fun for Tom to have a last drive there, and see how that would have played out. I think there's a good chance Tom would have gotten into range.
Yeah.
The first half, Tom would just called a fantastic game on offense.
Right.
Tom. Second half, it tightened up. I mean, that one drive, the touchdown drive early in the fourth quarter, I was dialed in at that point on the D. I mean, I had double teams working. I had run keys working, sacks working, and then, you get a 30-yard or whatever it was dump off, on a double team with a 27% of the sack. Yeah. I mean, that was the play of the game because it was just nailed down on D.
Yeah.
And then that puts you into scoring range at that point. It was just a question of how much. The one time I guessed wrong in the entire drive, you got a long gain on Nick Chubb's card. The second half, was much. Obviously, it was just a flipped half in terms of Chargers defensive calls, and I think the time was ripe, Tom, for you to put together a drive there. I think the luck that I had in the second half calling what I called was probably due to run out, and you were probably due for a drive, but and in the first half, I mean, you think about not only the fourth down call, Tom, that you made with Mike Williams, which was followed by two linebuckers that had like an 80% chance of getting the first down.
Thank you. Big call in that game.
The sneaky one was the end run third down on the previous drive. That's a sneaky one. It was 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 5. You have a 0-run linebacker out there. I got enough yards to get the first down. The only thing that a 0 linebacker is going to stop on contain is a 1 roll on the white die. 2, I get the first down. 3, I get a first down. 4, 5, 6, there's like an 80% chance of a first down. The 1 shows up, and the 0-run defensive linebacker contains and caused a punt. The running game. The running game was doing what it was supposed to do, getting the rolls pretty much that we wanted to get, but in those 3 key spots. And by the way, Tim, too, when you compared the run to the flat pass, because Cleveland's flat pass is not particularly strong, that card. But when you had the linebacker there and you compare that to the flat pass, those two are right up next to each other, you go with the linebacker, which is why there were so few flat passes called today.
Yeah, well, the flat, I figured if I didn't go nickel, you were going to tear me up in the flat all day. And I looked at your stats for the season. I saw you threw, not only did you throw the ball a lot, but you threw a lot of flat passes.
Yeah, if you would have gone 4-3.
I figured you'd have been throwing flat up and down the field.
If you'd have gone 4-3, the whole dynamic of the linebucker expected yards per play goes down dramatically. And you're right, exactly. Then at that point, the flat pass looks a lot better. Which, it's exactly what would have happened. Well said.
Yep. Well, I appreciate it, guys. Anything else before we close her off?
Anthony, let me ask you real quick. What was the rule you were checking when you were inside the 10 in the fourth quarter?
Boxes inside the 10. Boxes inside the 10 because you ran a 3-3-5, and I'm pretty sure that they did not activate. And I wanted to make sure because I was at the 8 or 9, so it makes a big difference there. And it only would have happened if you were in the 3-3-5, which you were. And I checked and that was correct. You do not have boxes. So because of that, went to the off tackle to Eckler instead, which worked out. And he scored on that play, I think. And then of course the mixed extra point. Yeah, Tim, I could talk about this game for about an hour if you wanted to, but Tom, question for you.
Game.
Your third and outside contains 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. Was Denzel Perryman 6 stopping you from running so much because of the contain 1, 2, 3? Yeah, I thought so. It felt that way.
They're all contained. I mean, the one play I converted because I ran the draw and you had him up on the line.
Yes,
and I converted that one. But other than that, I mean, I wasn't really looking to run that play on 3rd and 5 plus with Perryman back there.
Yep, felt that way. And you got a nice set on my defensive cards, which are not stellar to begin with, but a lot of 10s and 11s. And what's interesting about the 10s and 11, the defensive card doesn't matter how many men are in zone, 0 or 1, you're going to get the same offensive line reading, and your offensive line got a chance to earn some yards there, and they did really, really nicely.
Yeah, my offensive line can run block. They can pass block and run block. That's definitely a good line.
But the dice give and take away. I mean, those long gains I was hitting were ridiculous. I mean, that was just a very lucky set of long pass rolls by me there. You had been defending it all game really well, and you were still defending it well. But to hit the 8,
got hot.
Yeah, to hit the 8. Is it 3 times? Hit the 8.
It was 3.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. There's the 8 that I needed on the line buck, right? For 15 yards. I'd much rather have the 50. So it's very, the dice give and they take away. And I got plenty given to me tonight. The sack rolls were really interesting because Bosa ends up with that sack.
Big sack.
And my guys could not hit a 50% sack. I had 4 or 5 50% chances. And I couldn't hit him. You were hitting him, Tom. But then it's all made up by Bosa's, I think, 15% sack. Was that what it was, Tim?
Oh,
and
I know you had a 1 roll. You had a 1 roll on one of them. The random one came out where you got one of those sacks.
Yep.
By the way, that was another reason I forgot to mention that I was surprised you didn't pass more in the first half, is I thought you might want to capitalize on Myles Garrett being out for the majority of that first half.
Sure. Yeah, that definitely played into the thought process, but still mixed more run than pass there.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, you brought your team all the way back. You just got betrayed by the kicker that you've been kind of complaining about all year, as I recall.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's very little to complain about on offense for me. I thought Tom called it really well. There was very few guessed wrong opportunities. I think 0 guessed wrong pass opportunities. So Tom called a good game. Couldn't have done much more than he did.
You grinded.
Yet I was still able to achieve the offensive objectives, run line buck in long pass, because I was, it was partially in the cards, but also partially a bunch of good rolls on Herbert's long pass.
I looked at your season. I don't think you scored less than 28 points since like week 4 or 5.
Carolina game, yeah.
You were scoring 28 plus every game.
Yeah.
So I figured if I was going to win, I was going to have to score at least 30 points.
Yep.
Top scoring team in the league at 31.7.
Yep.
Well, good game, Anthony.
Thank you. Great game, Tom. Good luck in the next round. Congratulations. Like I said, really well deserved. Nicely called D. Nicely called O, especially in the second half. Had me zigging when you were zagging. Yeah. So
it was definitely noticeable in the first half. You built your lead on a lot of good calls. I agree with that.
Yep. And extra point or not, I mean, you called it and you deserve the win. So congrats for sure.
Thanks, guys.
Congrats indeed. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll talk to you soon. All right.
Thanks.
All right, take care.
Yep. Later.
Bye.